Hello, gentle people. Happy New Year. It is New Year's Day. What is it? After 8 in the morning. And again, I want to be consistent with my videos this year. So I realized that people have been asking for like a little studio tour, which I've never done before. So this is just a tiny space inside. I use outside in the garage as well, but I'm just going to kind of back up from the entrance to show you guys. All right, so this is a little back room where I spend most of my time. A big old decoration thing on the wall. This tape measure thing is a very Jamaican thing. It's very superstitious. Like, you hang the tape measure over the door and it's supposed to keep away like negative energy, but that's why that is there. Behind this door I have a lot of my jewelry and my headphones and stuff like that. I'm going to do a more like in-depth tour, so this is just a quick little thingy. This is my apron from SCAD. You know how you're supposed to use aprons when you paint, and like I never do, and that was from my first year at SCAD, and this was from this year, and this was my telephone case. I did some professional development with code.org this year. Big piece of canvas right here. This huge bag has some of the pieces I worked on in the 100-day project, and this is my little art cart right here. So I'll haul this out into the garage when I'm doing stuff that's kind of messy. And up top right here are all, well, most of the paint markers. This little corner right here is, I guess, my little print corner. I make a lot of prints here. I usually have my jelly plate right here. The jelly plate changed my whole entire life. People laugh at me when I say that, but it's true. I've had that for a long time, but you know what? As much as I dig all of those artists, I'm gonna take that out today, meaning the inside, and just do a piece of my own artwork and put inside there. Those are some of the pieces I did in my 100-day project, some of the prints that I made, and these are 3 that I really like, so I just decided to stick them there. And up on this little picture, these ledges are actually for pictures, but I find that they hold the paint perfectly. So I like to keep the paints organized in terms of like the warm colors and the cool colors, and over here is all, you know, the black and the white and the silver and all that good stuff. On this little cart thingy was actually my aunt's. She died a couple years ago. I loved her to pieces, and this is what I took after she died. And I have some Liquitex paint on the hair. This is where I keep the paper that I usually pull my prints on, and some more paint on the hair. That green case back there is actually the case from when I took art classes in college. So some of the stuff I used in those classes all those years ago are still in that box. Some water paper board, some linen board, and some big cardstock paper. Some more paper there. This actually, it was from Business Insider, and they had this whole article online about these daily stretches, and they're very similar to a lot of the stretches that I do when I'm doing my little yoga routine. So I just basically sized the pictures down and created this thing. If you want me to give it to you, just let me know and I'll, you know, stick it down below. That's my yoga mat back there. This is my whole desk situation, which, let me back up so you can see it properly, is actually a closet. So I took the doors off and just had at it. So this is where I sit, get stuff done. This, I'm going to take these off today, because as much as I love my robots and everything, it's been more decoration than useful, and I need it to be more useful. So I'm going to take my robots off and probably stick them on the fridge. And this is from when I went to the Guggenheim with one of my dear sweetheart friends named Aishwara. We actually met on Instagram and met up in New York and did that little museum trip, and she had this nice surprise for my birthday, which is a whole other story, but absolutely love her to pieces. And she gave me these 2 magnet thingies too. This dude right here is the Moorish chief, and I got this little magnet when I went to the Philadelphia Museum of Art a couple weeks ago. This right here just holds, you know, paper clips and push pins and that type of thing. These little guys, I actually bought them when I was at school in London, and they're supposed to spin and do that kind of balance thing, but I lost the piece that the bicycle one went on. But anyway, why am I getting into all of that? So yeah, a lot of art supplies, but I use them all, and I'll kind of do a video and get more in depth about, you know, the different stuff up here and the different purposes. When I'm doing the videos for you guys, this is usually the camera setup, so I'm working on this desk. Sometimes I shift it to the other side. That's the top of the desk. This little, you know, again, because it's a closet, there's this awkward little corner in here that I just keep the printer and stuff on, and I have my little mic back there to the podcast and stuff. And those are some embroidery pieces that I did, some sampler pieces last year. This space right here, I have this huge notice board thingy outside that I'm painting. I started painting, so I put 1 coat on it yesterday. I'm gonna put that there, so it's kind of going to be like a memo board. But yeah, that's my little awkward corner. This is the tripod I use when I do those sit down videos for you guys. This pile here is actually these are all the journals that I used this year, and I'm going to do a video where I kind of break down what each one of those were for. This is another little utilitarian corner right here. I love these paints, my Dilutions paints. I only use these on paper, and especially thin paper. I use them a lot in my journals because they don't affect the paper at all. They don't get wrinkly like when you use regular acrylics. Can't remember the name of the artist that did these, but you know, these are some of my heroes here, and you know, reimagined as homeboys, which I really love. This, I just stuck this here this morning. I actually cut this from the packaging that the new calendar came in, and I've been to Paris twice, but I've never been with anybody, so that would be nice. And Sumi brushes from China. This back there is the brochure from when I went to the Nordic Spa in Ottawa, which was one of my all-time favorite life experiences ever. And yeah, that place was unbelievable. This is one of the weird things I have. I found this dead lizard at our last apartment, and I just he was completely dried out. So I picked him up, put him on a piece of driftwood, and put some whatchamacall that stuff? I don't want to say shellac. I can't remember. But anyway, I covered him, glazed him, and yeah, that's my little piece of weirdness right there. Some Bach flower essences. I keep incense in here, and these 2 cups kind of remind me of 2 study abroad programs I did. This is from Barbados. I spent a semester in Barbados at University of the West Indies, and then I did another one in Oxford at the University of Oxford, so that's why that's there. My mother is very creative. She made that little paper flower thing. This is my fan from SCAD. It's actually my son's because he really likes those fans ever since he was little, like those grandma fans, but I just kind of jacked it from him. This is my favorite candle. I love the scent of tobacco and vanilla, even though I'm not a smoker and I can't be around smokers, but I like the scent of tobacco, which is weird. More stuff from China. This just basically has a little candle inside there, and those 2 pieces up top there, I actually did those for the 100-day project this year. So they were the first piece and the last piece that I did, and in between I did more than 1,000 pieces in between those 2 right there, but I kind of stuck those there as a reminder of the beginning and end of that project. This I got for myself for my birthday this year. It's an Illuminated illustrated Bible that was done by this artist named Dana Tanamagachi. if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and I'll share that with you guys soon too. This is basically a color swatch book. I'm always testing out paints and stuff in here, just some pens and stuff. This is the calendar, the packaging from the calendar that I was cutting up today, early this morning. And what I realized was these little images on the back, I'm just going to cut them out and actually stick them in my bullet journal. And this is my little bamboo plant. I don't have anything in here. I need to put some in there, obviously. My speakers, and these are some fabric markers. There is the Moorish chief again. There's me. Hi. Ignore my head tie and my sleep clothes. That is outside. So little lake out front. There's one in the back too. This is my brother scam cut machine here, and my mother made the cover, and of course I had to get paint on it. Some more of the Moorish chief. You can tell I love him. And my little radio that I've had since college, playing Krishna Das. I am really trying hard to make a practice of not keeping the phone in here, so that's why this is here. Some tissue, some turmeric. Every morning when I get up, I have some turmeric and a bottle of water with apple cider vinegar. That's standard morning routine. And right here is some artwork. This is another lady I met on Instagram, and White Sage Tarot is her Instagram. Absolutely love her. She sent me that from Japan. This is from one of my son's favorite artists. He's Canadian and he was in a group of 7. I can't remember what his name is, but I can't remember, but that's his work right there that we got in Ottawa. This was actually from a magazine. It was an ad and I just loved the image, so I took it out, and I had it years ago, but I actually put it in this frame earlier this year. This postcard I picked up in Philadelphia a couple weeks ago, and oh look, little bird just stopped by. Oh, there he goes. This is Miss T, and she was done by one of my favorite artists, and yeah, that's Miss T. This is a leaf of life plant. It grows in Jamaica and it's good for everything. Some abstract pieces I did. A set of Blackwing pencils. Oh, this is from a long time ago. This is my mother, my nephew, me, and my son, and they're both quite taller than we are right now. Some bits and bobs in those boxes there. Some SCAD glasses I got, which I wear glasses, so I can't wear glasses, sunglasses, so I just stick them up there. That is a print I found in a store a couple years ago, an original print. I wasn't expecting it in there, and I saw it and I had to get it. And that's a piece I did with some modeling paste, and that's a huge sketchbook back there. This piece of art I did a while back, and I'm gonna take it down. I sold quite a bit of work this year, which, you know, was really cool because I don't advertise or anything. Like, people reach out to me and I sell them work, but I really want to kind of push more of my work out into the world this year, so I think that's one of the pieces I want to sell. This is a little daybed situation going on here, and I have this piece of paper here. It's a huge piece of Archie's oil paper, so I'm gonna do something with that today, so that's why that's out. That piece of artwork I did 2 days ago. I've been very intimidated by color for quite a while, and I'm really trying to get over it, hence that's that little basket thing. And humidifier, air purifier, whatever. Some work I did recently that I need to sign and catalog, and this I did a long time ago, and I find it hideous, but I still like it, so that's why that's there. That's a piece I did 2 days ago to the same time I did that one, and it is the Blue Mountains, an abstract rendering of the Blue Mountain landscape in Jamaica. I have some incense burning, always have incense burning. This Mystic Vibes lemongrass candle, I had actually gotten it for a friend of mine for a wedding present, but I didn't see him before I left Jamaica the last time, so I just took it. Some seashells, me and my son picked these up, and those are 2 more prints that I did this year as a part of that 100-day project. This little Mary right here is cool. I actually won her in a contest and it worked out because I went to Catholic school, so Hail Mary and all that good stuff. And this is my book art project that I did when I was at SCAD. So the whole thing completely closes up and it's supposed to be this autobiographical text thingy. I'll show you guys that another time. Another piece from my son's favorite, one of my son's favorite artists back there, Lawrence Harris. I think it's Lawrence Harris. Another piece of the Leaf of Life, and one of my favorite watches came in here, the Unemployed Philosophers Guild. And there's my little yoga mat in the corner, and those are my books. Well, some of them, all the rest are in storage. But these are the ones I kind of pull for on a regular basis. And yes, I've been through every single one of them. People always ask me that question. There's not a book here that you can pull off the shelf and I can't tell you something about what's inside of it because I've read them all. This messy situation I have going on right here, this is going to require some planning today because this is me setting up my new bullet journal and my planner stuff, so that's why all that crap looks kind of messy right there. And I told you I like robots, so yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's a tiny little space, much smaller than where I used to be before, but it works for me. It's like my little sanctuary. And thank you for spending some time with me, and I'm going to be better about making videos this year. And yep, this is my space. All right, have a good day, guys. Enjoy 2018. I hope it is productive. I hope it is full of all kinds of creative stuff, and if there is any way I can provide any kind of support for you, hit me up in that comment box below and let me know what the deal is. Again, I have to sort out my planning situation, so that's going to be that today. All right, so I love you. Peace out.